Um, Hello everyone, good afternoon. So today we are here to attend a startup creation session which is based on design thinking and innovation. So let us all begin now.
Welcome you all to the expert talk on design thinking for innovation and entrepreneurship program organized by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell jointly with the AICT and CBSE. Myself, Dr. Ilangovan Kariyappan, Assistant Innovation Director, Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. Today we have with us Dr. P.V. Madhusudan Rao, Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering and Department of Design at IIT Delhi. Sir has over 3 decades of experience. Today's topic of talk is on design thinking and innovation and entrepreneurship. I welcome you all for this program. I welcome you all, sir, for this program.
Thank you.
Yeah. So brief profile about expert speaker today. Dr. P.V. Madhusudan Rao sir is a professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Department of Design at IIT Delhi. He was also the founding head of Department of Design and he is also co-founder of Assistech Lab, which works towards the development of assistive technologies to empower the visually challenged. Sir is also coordinator at IIT Delhi for Innovation Center. Professor has been involved in promoting innovation and entrepreneurship culture among the students and faculty members in IIT Delhi. So, Professor is also an visiting scientist at MIT and Stanford University, USA. So with this brief, now Professor, today we have been talking about design thinking for innovation and entrepreneurship. Many students are involved in design thinking and also they have been coming forward themselves to bring, develop a product in innovation and entrepreneurship. So just we want to hear from you how important is design thinking in today's scenario.
Good. So one of the things which you see, particularly if you look at the last 1 decade, the number of courses, programs and activities in both innovation and entrepreneurship have considerably increased. So that's looking at the business and market aspect more strongly. Now, most of the innovators and students, they actually first try out their idea and then they think of business or a market. Whereas the design, as per the design thinking, these things should come very early. So what design thinking actually does is it kind of provides a mechanism where you can look at the innovation process more holistically and not just the feasibility aspect. So what we are saying is feasibility is important, but the desirability and viability are equally important, which are not being addressed. When you sit for ideation, come up with as many solutions as possible, because solution has to go through multiple filters. If you start with one solution, you may be stuck, but if you have a wealth of solution, it's possible to filter many of the criteria and actually do that. Just to give an example, let's say from medical field, a lot of students and innovators are doing medical technologies, building medical products. But ultimately, you can do these medical products in a lab or in an institute, and then when you actually take it to people, you realize your marketplace is probably a government hospital, which you never visited. You never understood how the treatment happens in a government, let's say.
So next question is, Professor, as design thinking calls for addressing any problem or need from a holistic perspective, how can one approach inculcating design thinking in their innovation process?
So one thing is there is design thinking can be inculcated mostly. It's a slightly different in the sense it's not like lectures which we study and learn most of the courses. Design thinking is also highly experiential. In other words, it's design thinking, I can compare it with like learning how to play cricket. Okay. Now, it's very difficult to learn to play cricket by reading a book and writing examinations. So you have to be on the field. You have to actually be part of the process and then do that. So it's a highly experiential. So the best way to learn design thinking is by DIY, do it yourself, and go through the complete process step by step, starting from empathize to define to ideate to prototype. And once you experience that, then your fundamentals. And when it comes to, let's say, colleges and higher education, again there are a number of schemes which have been already rolled out.
Yes.
Particularly if you look at the Innovation Council of Ministry of Education has done wonderful job. Earlier, only a few institutes were involved in innovation processes and hackathons. So this Innovation Council has kind of democratized and brought innovation processes and design thinking to everybody, which we have seen that thousands of colleges are now participating in Smart India Hackathon and others, and coming up. So that is another very big step. Similarly, Ministry of Education has design innovation centers, which is there in close to about 80 languages. So I don't think education or a qualification is a bar to learn the design thinking, and I think it can be pursued by anyone. And how to make it happen probably requires some efforts of democratization from our side.
Okay. That's really great, sir, because many were thinking that we required a very high qualification or PhD to be an inventor. But this would be a great eye-opening. Anyone has a good idea, they can just convert that product into a systematic design thinking approach, as you said, like idea, prototype, number of iteration of prototype, then product development, then they can take it to market. So qualification is necessarily not a primary criteria to be a good innovator. True. So that was really a good eye-opening, sir. So this, thank you, Professor. This was very useful. I'm sure the teachers and students from both school and higher education listening to this program would have been very good experience and learning for them from this program. So I feel like the design thinking process can be applied to solve and find creative and innovation solution in any field, which you have been talking about it. If everyone starts adapting this method to solve problem, then they'll be moving towards a creative society. That's what we have been expecting.
And also creative economy.
Creative economy, more important, because our Honorable Prime Minister has been working in that direction. I'm sure everyone's contribution will take our country to next level. That I'm very sure. Thank you, Professor, for sparing your valuable time. This was very useful. I'm sure all the students and faculties who have joined for this program would have enjoyed this session. So on behalf of Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, AICTE, CBSE, I sign off for today's program. Myself, Dr. Ilangavan Kariyappan, Assistant Innovation Director, Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. Stay tuned to Ministry of Education Innovation YouTube channel. Thank you, Professor. Thanks for joining once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such an innovative session. I hope we all have learned something out of it.
Yes, ma'am. It was a great session, ma'am. True learning.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session with me.